There comes a moment in the life of every chosen one when something invisible begins to change. At first, it doesn't feel dramatic. There is no thunder in the sky, no loud announcement. But deep within your spirit, something shifts. The heaviness that followed you for years slowly begins to loosen its grip. The same life that once felt like an endless battle suddenly starts revealing small victories. If you are watching this, you may already feel it, that subtle turning of the tide. For years, it seemed like everything went wrong. Opportunities slipped away at the last moment. Relationships that promised love ended in betrayal. Doors that looked open suddenly slammed shut. But here's the truth most people never realize. Those seasons of loss were not punishments. They were preparation. Life was building something within you that could only be forged through hardship. Many great thinkers throughout history understood this pattern. For example, Carl Jung believed that our deepest transformations often come after periods of darkness. When life collapses around us, it forces us to rebuild ourselves from the inside out. What feels like destruction is often the beginning of spiritual reconstruction. Think about your own journey. How many times did you feel like giving up? How many nights did you sit alone wondering why life seemed unfair? Those moments were not wasted. They were shaping your resilience, your awareness, and your spiritual strength. Every tear was part of the process. If this message resonates with you, take a moment to support the mission of Mirror of the Soul. Like this video, subscribe to the channel and comment below. The tables are turning for me. Your voice matters here, and your story might inspire someone who is still walking through their storm. Chosen one of the most painful truths about transformation is this. Before something greater is built, the old structure must collapse. Life often removes things from our path not because they are bad, but because they are too small for the destiny waiting ahead. When you look back, you might notice a pattern. The job you desperately wanted didn't work out. The friendship you trusted ended suddenly. The plans you carefully built seemed to crumble overnight. In those moments, it felt like life was working against you. But what if it was actually protecting you? Sometimes we cling to things that limit our growth. Comfort zones can become invisible prisons. The universe, or if you prefer, divine timing, breaks those walls so we can finally step into a bigger reality. The collapse wasn't cruelty, it was redirection. Many successful individuals share this same experience. Entrepreneurs, artists, and leaders often describe their lowest moments as the turning point of their lives. The failure forced them to rethink everything, rebuild their mindset, and ultimately discover their true purpose. Think about this question for a moment. What if the worst thing that happened to you was actually guiding you toward the best chapter of your life? Write your answer in the comments. Your insight could help another viewer realize they are not alone in their struggles. During the hardest seasons of life, growth rarely feels like growth. It feels like exhaustion. It feels like confusion. It feels like fighting a battle that no one else can see. But beneath that struggle, something powerful is forming inside you. Resilience is not built during easy times. It is built when life tests your patience, your faith, and your endurance. Every time you survived something that felt unbearable, you were unknowingly strengthening your spirit. Like a muscle that grows through resistance, your inner strength was developing through adversity. Psychologists often talk about something called post-traumatic growth. It refers to the profound personal transformation that can occur after difficult experiences. People who endure hardship often develop deeper empathy, stronger purpose, and clearer priorities in life. Look at who you are today compared to who you were years ago. You are wiser. You see through illusions more easily. You recognize toxic patterns faster. And perhaps most importantly, you have learned how powerful your own mind can be. The shift rarely begins with huge miracles. Instead, it starts with small but undeniable signs. Things that used to go wrong suddenly begin working out. Opportunities appear where there was once silence. People who once ignored you begin noticing your value. You may start feeling a new sense of clarity about your life. decisions become easier. The path ahead feels less foggy. This is often the moment when a chosen one realizes that their season of struggle is ending. Another sign is emotional peace. The things that once triggered anger or sadness no longer have the same power over you. It's not because life suddenly became perfect, but because you changed. Your perspective evolved. Ironically, the same people who doubted you may begin to respect you now. When the tables turn, it often surprises those who underestimated your strength. But the real victory isn't proving them wrong. It's realizing that their opinion never defined you. There is a strange moment in every chosen one's journey when the people who once doubted you begin to observe your transformation. These are the same individuals who once questioned your dreams, laughed at your ideas, or quietly assumed you would never rise above your circumstances. But now, something about you feels different. Your energy has shifted, and people can sense it. At first, they may not say anything directly. Instead, they watch. They notice that the same person who used to struggle now carries a quiet confidence. You speak with more clarity. Your decisions feel more certain. Even the way you walk into a room has changed. It's not arrogance. It's the calm strength of someone who survived storms that others could not see. History is full of examples of people who were underestimated before their rise. Many great innovators were dismissed in their early years. When Nikola Tesla introduced revolutionary ideas about electricity, many people initially doubted him. Yet his work eventually reshaped the modern world. What others fail to understand today may become tomorrow's breakthrough. Chosen one, your transformation is unfolding in a similar way. The difference now is that you no longer seek approval. You're not trying to convince anyone of your worth. You're simply living in alignment with who you have become. Life has a mysterious way of balancing itself. There is a universal pattern that appears again and again. After long periods of hardship, an unexpected reversal often occurs. Situations that once worked against you suddenly begin working for you. Think about nature itself. After the darkest part of the night, the sunrise always arrives. After the harshest winter, spring slowly brings life back to the earth. The same rhythm exists within human life. The seasons of struggle often precede the seasons of growth. Many philosophers and spiritual teachers have spoken about this phenomenon. The ancient wisdom traditions often described life as a cycle of transformation, where every ending quietly prepares the ground for a new beginning. What feels like loss today may become the foundation for tomorrow's victory. For the chosen one, this reversal often feels surreal at first. The same doors that once remained closed begin opening effortlessly. The same problems that once drained your energy begin resolving themselves. It's not because the world suddenly changed, it's because you did. Take a moment to reflect on this question. Have you ever experienced a moment when life suddenly turned around after a difficult season? Share that experience below. Stories like yours remind everyone watching that transformation is possible. One of the most misunderstood parts of life's journey is delayed success. In a world obsessed with quick results, waiting for your breakthrough can feel frustrating and even discouraging. But what if the delay was actually preparing you for something greater? When success arrives too quickly, it often disappears just as fast. But when it comes after years of struggle, it carries a deeper meaning. You appreciate it more. You protect it more carefully. And most importantly, you understand the responsibility that comes with it. Many influential leaders experienced long periods of failure before achieving recognition. Consider Abraham Lincoln. Before becoming one of the most respected presidents in history, he faced multiple business failures and political defeats. Yet those struggles shaped the resilience that later defined his leadership. Your journey may feel similar. The delays you experienced were not signs of rejection. They were lessons. Each setback strengthened your patience, sharpened your wisdom, and forced you to grow in ways you never expected. One of the most painful parts of the chosen one's path is losing people along the way. Friends disappear, relationships fall apart, sometimes even family members distance themselves. In those moments, the loneliness can feel overwhelming. But with time, a deeper understanding begins to emerge. Not everyone is meant to accompany you on every stage of your journey. Some people are part of your life for a season, not a lifetime. Their role may simply be to teach you something important. Think about how much you have changed over the years. Your mindset has evolved. Your priorities are different. The dreams that drive you today might not have existed before. When you grow, your environment often changes as well. Ironically, many chosen ones later realize that losing certain relationships was actually a blessing. The absence of those influences created space for healthier connections, new opportunities, and greater self-discovery. Chosen one of the clearest signs that the tables are turning is the sudden appearance of opportunities you never expected. For a long time, it may have felt like life was silent. You were trying, pushing, hopping, but nothing seemed to move. Then suddenly, almost mysteriously, new doors begin to open. Sometimes it starts with something small. A conversation leads to a new idea. A chance meeting leads to an opportunity. A skill you developed during your hardest years suddenly becomes valuable in ways you never imagined. What once felt like wasted effort now reveals its hidden purpose. This pattern appears again and again in the lives of successful individuals. Often the breakthrough arrives when they least expect it. Their years of preparation suddenly connect with the right moment, the right people, and the right circumstances. But here is the deeper truth. These opportunities are not random. They are the result of the person you have become. Your mindset has changed. Your awareness has expanded. Because of this inner transformation, you are now able to recognize possibilities that you might have overlooked before. There is something fascinating about human energy. Even though we cannot see it, people can sense it. The way you think, the way you feel, and the way you carry yourself all create a subtle presence that others notice. When you were going through your hardest seasons, your energy may have been heavy. Not because you were weak, but because you were carrying so much emotional weight. Doubt, disappointment, and exhaustion can drain even the strongest soul. But as the tables begin to turn, something remarkable happens. Your energy becomes lighter. You begin to feel calmer, more focused, and more confident about your direction. The problems that once dominated your thoughts no longer control your mindset. Psychologists often describe this as a shift in self-perception. When people overcome significant challenges, they start viewing themselves differently. Instead of seeing themselves as victims of circumstance, they recognize their own resilience and strength. Many people only see success after it arrives. They rarely see the years of preparation that came before it. Behind every breakthrough lies a long period of invisible effort. Chosen one, your life has likely followed this same pattern. During the difficult seasons, it may have felt like nothing was happening, but in reality, something powerful was taking place beneath the surface. Your patience was growing. Your perspective was expanding. Your character was being shaped. Think about a seed planted in the soil. For weeks, nothing appears above the ground. To an outside observer, it may look like nothing is happening, but beneath the surface, roots are developing, gathering strength for the moment when the plant finally emerges. The same process happens in human life. Your struggles were building the roots of your future success. The lessons you learned, the resilience you developed, and the wisdom you gained are now supporting your next chapter. At some point in your journey, a surprising realization begins to form. You start looking back at your past differently. The events that once felt like losses begin to reveal hidden meaning. You realize that every setback redirected you toward something better. Every disappointment taught you something valuable. Even the painful experiences shaped the strength you carry today. Many philosophers believed that life's challenges are not obstacles but teachers. The hardships that once seemed unfair often become the very experiences that define our growth. Chosen one, this is the moment when your perspective shifts forever. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" you begin asking, "What was this preparing me for?" That change in perspective transforms everything. And when you reach this level of awareness, something remarkable happens. You stop seeing yourself as someone who failed. Instead, you see yourself as someone who was being trained for a greater purpose. Chosen one, there comes a moment in every transformation story when the forces that once seemed powerful lose their grip. For years, it might have felt like certain people, circumstances, or even doubts were standing in your way. Their words may have planted seeds of uncertainty. Their actions may have slowed your progress. But today, something has changed. The truth is that no external force can permanently stop a person who has discovered their inner strength. Obstacles may delay your progress, but they cannot erase your potential. Once you awaken to your purpose and your resilience, the power others had over your confidence begins to fade. History shows this pattern again and again. Many great figures were opposed, criticized, or underestimated before their rise. For instance, Nelson Mandela spent decades imprisoned, yet he emerged from that struggle as one of the most influential voices for justice and reconciliation in the world. Your journey may not involve global headlines, but the principle is the same. The strength you develop during your struggles has made you unstoppable in ways others cannot easily understand. You have endured storms that would have broken many people. Confidence built on comfort is fragile. It disappears the moment life becomes difficult. But confidence built through survival is different. It is quiet, steady, and deeply rooted. Chosen one, you now carry a type of confidence that cannot easily be shaken. Not because life suddenly became easy, but because you have already faced some of its hardest lessons. You have learned that even when things fall apart, you can rebuild. Think about the person you used to be. Perhaps there was a time when criticism affected you deeply. Maybe rejection felt unbearable. But today, those same challenges feel different. You understand that your value is not determined by temporary opinions or circumstances. Many psychologists describe this transformation as emotional resilience. People who overcome significant hardships often develop a stronger sense of self. They become less dependent on external validation and more connected to their own purpose. One of the most beautiful moments in the chosen one's journey is when life begins to reward years of patience. The struggles, the waiting, the perseverance, all of it eventually leads to a moment where things begin to flow more naturally. Opportunities arrive more easily. Relationships feel more aligned with who you are. The goals you once struggled to reach suddenly feel within your grasp. It's almost as if life itself is acknowledging the effort you invested during your hardest seasons. Many spiritual traditions describe this as the moment when perseverance meets destiny. When a person continues moving forward despite setbacks, they eventually align with the opportunities that match their growth. Even science reflects this idea in a different way. Researchers studying long-term success often find that persistence plays a bigger role than natural talent. The individuals who keep going when things become difficult are often the ones who ultimately achieve their goals. There is a powerful moment when everything finally makes sense. The struggles, the lessons, the unexpected twists, they all connect like pieces of a puzzle. You begin to see how each chapter of your life prepared you for the person you are becoming. Chosen one, this is the moment you stop doubting your path. You stop questioning whether your experiences had meaning. Instead, you recognize that every challenge strengthened your character and clarified your purpose. Your voice becomes more authentic. Your actions become more intentional. Instead of reacting to life's circumstances, you begin shaping your own direction with confidence and awareness. This stage of transformation is not about perfection. Life will still have challenges, but the difference now is that you approach those challenges with wisdom rather than fear. Chosen one, one of the most beautiful truths about your journey is that it is not only about you. The struggles you endured, the lessons you learned, and the strength you developed will eventually inspire others in ways you may never fully realize. Think about how powerful human stories can be. Sometimes a single story of perseverance can change the direction of someone's life. When people see that another person survived pain, betrayal, rejection, and still managed to rise again, it gives them hope that they can do the same. Many influential leaders understood the power of personal stories. Martin Luther King Jr. inspired millions not just through speeches, but through the courage he showed in the face of adversity. His journey reminded people that even when the road is difficult, faith and perseverance can move mountains. Your story carries that same kind of power, even if your audience is smaller. Someone watching this video may be in the darkest season of their life right now. Hearing about resilience, transformation, and hope might be exactly what they need to keep going. When the tables turn and life finally begins moving in your favor, it also brings a new responsibility. Growth is not only about personal success, it is about using your strength wisely and helping others when you can. Chosen one, your experiences have given you something valuable: perspective. You understand pain, struggle, and perseverance in ways that many people do not. That understanding allows you to show empathy and guidance to those who are still walking through their storms. Some of the most respected individuals in history used their success to uplift others. For example, Oprah Winfrey often speaks about how her difficult childhood shaped her mission to inspire and empower people around the world. Chosen one, the turning of the tables does not mean your journey is ending. In many ways, it means your real journey is just beginning. Everything you experienced in the past was preparing you for this next chapter. Now you move forward with wisdom instead of confusion. You understand your strengths, you recognize your purpose, and perhaps most importantly, you know that even if new challenges appear, you have the ability to overcome them. Life may present opportunities you never imagined before. New relationships, new paths, and new dreams may start appearing. The difference now is that you approach these opportunities with awareness rather than desperation. Instead of chasing validation, you are creating meaning. Instead of fearing failure, you are embracing growth. This mindset will guide you into experiences that align with your true self. You have watched this entire message. There is a reason. Something within you recognized the truth being spoken here. Perhaps you have endured years of struggle, confusion, and doubt. Perhaps you questioned whether your life was moving in the right direction. But chosen one, your journey was never meaningless. Every obstacle you faced helped shape the person you are becoming. Every difficult moment strengthened your resilience and clarified your purpose. The tables are turning now, not because of luck, but because of the strength you developed along the way. You survived what many people could not. And because of that, your future holds possibilities far greater than your past. As we close this message on Mirror of the Soul, I want to invite you to become part of this growing community of awakened minds. If this video resonated with you, like the video so more people can discover this message. Subscribe to Mirror of the Soul for more powerful insights about the Chosen One's journey. Comment below, "The tables have turned for me." And before you go, answer this final question in the comments. What is the greatest comeback story in your life so far? Your story matters, your voice matters, and your journey might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Stay strong, stay aware, and remember, sometimes the darkest chapters of life are simply preparing us for the brightest ones ahead.